Alright. Exit corners again. Dang it. Standings haven't changed ever since unmasking Scent, I don't think. And there's only one chapter left, so hopefully it's not important. Well, after this one. Chapter 16. Name and Number. Yeah, skip.
Isn't Kim a girl's name?
Gender neutral, technically. It just happens to be much more popular for girls.
I see. Thank you for telling us, Kim. I appreciate the honesty.
Don't mention it. Now, if you do me the kindness of continuing to call me Ink, that'd be great.
Why? Everyone knows your real name now. Scent probably knew it from the beginning. There's no longer a need to hide behind it.
Ink is my real name.
I don't follow. Is your name Ink or is it Kim?
My name was Kim. I changed it a few years back and now it's Ink.
You changed your name? How?
There's a process. It was a huge pain in the ass, to tell you the truth. Moving on.
Why'd you change your name?
I didn't like the old one, and I wanted a fresh start. Can we just leave it at that?
You can't simply discard your name just because you aren't fond of it. Your parents blessed you with that name.
Yeah, well, I'm not especially fond of them either. Listen, can we drop this? It isn't exactly something I'm itching to talk about right now.
Oh, Ink. There's power in a name, you know? What a shame you threw yours away.
Why do you even care? It has nothing to do with you.
I just can't understand why you do such a thing. Your poor parents.
And you've never changed your name, Beth? When you married your husband, you kept your last name, right?
That is completely different. I adopted my husband's name out of love for him. You threw away yours out of what? Spite? I'm proud to carry the last name March. It's a name with a history, with meaning. Can you really say the same in regards to your name? You named yourself after coloring fluid. It's so edgy.
Shut up, Liza. Everyone wants to be someone else. You would too, given the chance.
I wouldn't dream of it. I'm a Thatcher, after all. My name is actually worth something.
Thatcher? Ray, who had been quietly fiddling with the monitor, quickly cut back into their conversation. Your name is Liza Thatcher?
That's right. Only child and the heiress to the Thatcher's Biometric Limited.
God damn it. You're Nolan Thatcher's daughter.
The one and only. You've heard of him, I take it.
Why didn't you mention this sooner? This shit's important. She did mention it. A couple hours ago, actually. Though, I guess he weren't in the room at the time. Why? Do you know him, Ray? I'm surprised neither of you nor Aether do. He's on Bellbridge University Sponsorship Council. At least, used to be.
He used to be a professor, way back before he started his company. I don't think he's so much as gone to the university in years, though.
Things are starting to come together now.
That would mean that everyone but Beth has a connection to Bellbridge U in some way.
Damn, maybe we are connected after all. Does someone there have a bone to pick with us or something? There's no way to know for sure, but this is a start, at least. Lisa, do you think you could ask your father if he knows any of us? If he was on the sponsorship council, he might know something we don't. Oh, and you should ask him if he knows a Sean Ward, too.
I'm on it.
Awesome. Can you tell him he's a son of a bitch for me? I never got to tell him that in person.
Excuse me?
You heard me. Tell your father he's a son of a bitch for me, will ya? I paid good money to go to that school. It all went right down the drain. Is he not qualified to be on the council or something? Huh? No, the guy's pretty smart, actually. I read part of his thesis. He was on Brave Wanes or something. It isn't exactly my field, but apparently he's made some pretty significant discoveries. And the evidence keeps piling up. But embezzlement is embezzlement. Her dad's a thief.
That is a filthy lie. Where did you hear that?
The only thing that's filthy is your father's checking history. He's been siphoning money from the school for years.
My father would never do something like that. He's a sponsor, for crying out loud.
Yeah, that's what he makes it look like. And then,
Shut up! You're just a bitter drop-on.
that's got nothing to do with it. Okay, guys, as glad as I am that we're piecing things together, I don't want this conversation to come to blows. Liza, ignore this guy and go message your dad. Ray, let's start on this room's puzzle. And why would I do that? You think you're our leader or something? Do you have any better ideas on what to do right now? Yeah, I could start on the next puzzle. That's what I just said. No, you said to start on this room's puzzle. Problem being, I've already solved it.
Already? When did you do that?
Just now, when you guys were arguing over Ink's name. It's pretty simple and had a bit of a computer science focus, so I got it right away.
Oh, nice.
Hurry up or I'm gonna solve the next one on my own too.
I'll join you, Ray. Come along, everyone. I'll catch up to you guys when I'm done messaging my father. Would you like me to wait for you? Why would I want that? You'd be wasting your time. Go on, get started. Of course.
With a small bow, Beth followed Ray into the next room. Now's probably a good time to message Sean. Are you there? Please let me know that you're okay. Sean? This better not be a joke. A bead of sweat rolled down the side of Ink's head. Aether put her hands on his droopy shoulders.
What's the matter?
Sean isn't responding. I'm worried.
There. I'm sure your friend is all right.
The girl moved in for a hug. Ink offered no resistance.
He's probably just busy, right?
I really don't know, Aether. I don't want to think about it.
I'm sorry to hear about your friend, Ink. I hope he's okay.
You guys ought to message your contacts again. Make sure they're watching their backs.
I can do that, yeah. I'm not entirely sure my father needs to worry about that, but I suppose there's no harm in another warning.
You never know. I didn't think Sean of all people could get caught, and yet...
Hey, you don't know for sure that something happened to him. Maybe you should go help Ray and Beth with the puzzle. It'll help take your mind off it.
That's probably a good idea. It's not like there's anything I can do to help Sean at this point anyway.
I'll come join you guys when I'm done messaging my father.
Sure, but don't be too long. Upon making his way to the next room, something caught Ink's eye. 3 greater than 9? Huh. Why does that painting bother me so much? Ink ran his hand along the canvas, but felt only rough cotton and dried paint. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Then why does this make me so uneasy? Is it the number? 379.
You noticed it too, huh?
Notice what? That huge painting with the numbers emblazoned on it? It's sort of hard to miss. Also, it's, like, offset massively against anything that could be considered a straight angle.
Not the painting, per se, but the number itself. 379. It's been showing up all over the place. Don't you think it's strange?
Is it? I remember seeing it here and there, but...
It's more than just here and there. I've seen it on the walls, on our Gemini, and in some of the puzzle's default layouts. And there's probably more than just that.
So whoever built this place really likes that number. It's an Easter egg or something. I don't know.
You don't think it could be something more?
Ink gave the girl an apathetic look. What was she getting at?
You think I'm stupid, don't you?
No, not at all. I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from. I mean, yeah, this thing with the number 379 is a little weird. What do you think it means?
I'm not sure, but someone wants us to know about that number.
Who? Sent?
Maybe. Either way, I know it's important.
And how do you know that?
I just know.
Aether straightened up, perhaps realizing that she wouldn't get through to Ink.
I'm sorry, just forget it. You clearly don't care.
She's probably the one who's got, like, admin access through her AI or something. Which is why she got that sent lies clue in her dialogue at that one point. I don't mean to be rude, but there's only one recurring number I care about right now, and it sure isn't 379.
There's another recurring number?
Haven't you noticed? There's another number that keeps cropping up. That number is... That number is 4.
Where have you seen 4 before?
You're kidding, right? It's everywhere. We're in the 4 Elements Hotel, for starters. There are 4 corners and 4 key cards. There were 4 elevators in the elevator hallway and even 4 pitchers of water in the main lounge. I could probably list some more if you pressed me. There's one big problem with all of this, though.
It's because there are 5 of us, isn't it? 5 contestants in a game that seems set up for only 4.
There's an extra player. You can probably guess why I haven't pointed this out until now.
We just become suspicious of each other all over again.
I knew you wouldn't freak out over this, which is why I told you. But try not to tell the others. I'd hate to revert to having to watch my back all the time.
I won't bring it up. Don't worry.
It isn't even necessarily a bad thing. Best case scenario, Sen just added one of us at the last minute.
Who do you think it is? The extra player?
Well, it's either Ink or Aether, and my guess is Aether. Who knows? It could be you. Could be me for all I know. Ink looked to the floor and sighed. Maybe I'm putting too much thought into this. I didn't mean to freak you out. Alternatively, it could just be that the test bed is made for 4 and they put in 5 just to see what would happen.
Do you no longer trust the other contestants?
I trust them, but I don't think we should leave anyone unattended. You know, as a precaution.
In that case, I'm going to keep Liza company a little while longer. I still need to message my father anyway. Sound good?
Sounds good, detective. As expected, Beth and Ray were standing in front of the monitor, attempting to solve the puzzle. Hey, you guys want a hand with that? Sure. Doesn't seem too tough, but there's no sense in turning down extra help. Equalize. Alright, February 31st with March 3rd. Wait. Yeah. Done. January, February, March. Yep. Okay. 28 days. 29 days. And then, okay, yeah, 28 days. 29 would be March 1st. 30 would be March 2nd, and done. Yep. Any ideas, Beth?
Pardon me?
The puzzle, I mean. Do you have any ideas on how to solve it?
Oh, no, none as of yet. I'm sorry. I suppose I was lost in my thoughts just now.
Something the matter?
Not especially. I was just reflecting. Say, Ink, did either of the starting dates have any significance to you? That'd be February 17th or March 19th.
Well, March 19th is today if our Gemini are to be believed. February 17th, no clue. Why? Does it mean something to you?
Take a guess. Any ideas on your end, Ink?
Not quite. Right now I'm just trying to figure out how it's possible for 2 completely different dates to be equal.
I wonder if any special dates double in meaning.
Special dates?
You know, like Christmas or Valentine's Day. From the looks of it, we could assemble either of those dates.
There are a lot of dates that carry significance, though. Even though we can't make it every possible date, the number of significant dates is a lot, I'd wager. About 365.
I'm aware of that. It's worth keeping in mind, at least.
Oh, for sure.
I can't help but wonder if I'm not cut out to solve these puzzles.
Huh? Why would you say that?
I don't think it was Sen's intention for me to live this long.
Hey, don't say that. Who cares what Sen's intention was? You're alive, and that's what matters. Still, I kinda get what you mean. These last couple puzzles seemed like they were catered to Ray. I feel more than a little useless.
I wouldn't worry about that, Ink. You're helping more than you know. Hey, sorry I'm late. Any thoughts on this one?
My thoughts are that this is another puzzle with a stupid gimmick. I mean, just look at it.
Yeah, it says equalize, but there aren't any two tiles with the same number. Or the same month, for that matter.
I've been playing around with it, and it looks like we can only swap a red tile with another red tile. Same goes for the blue tiles.
So it looks like we'll need to construct each side of the equation with both a month and a number. Although if this is wrong, I could start doing math like Ray's planning on doing, where February is 2, March is 3, and trying to math that out, I guess. Hey, any thoughts about the missing numbers and months?
Excuse me?
Notice that some of the months aren't there, and not all of the possible days of the month are represented.
Oh, right. Nah, I don't think that's important. Sen probably just didn't want to make extra rows on the grid. I mean, we're only going to use 4 tiles anyway, so what's the point in adding more useless ones?
I guess you got a point.
Man, something about this puzzle seems really familiar. Got it.
That was fast. What's the answer?
Oct 31 is the same as Dec 25. I knew it was familiar.
What? How is Halloween the same as Christmas?
It's an old programming joke. Well, not a programming joke specifically, but any self-respecting computer scientist would get it. OCT is short for octal, which is number notation with base 8. C is short for decimal, you know, the decimal system, the base 10 number system we use every day.
I know what the decimal system is.
Right. Well, it just so happens that 31 in octal is equal to 25 in base 10. It's a joke because Oct 31 is Halloween, while Dec 25 is Christmas. Listen, I didn't say it was a funny joke. Still, though, that has got to be the right answer.
Damn. Even I couldn't have figured that one if I'd known about the octal system.
Well, if you want to feel like it did something, you can go ahead and input the answer.
Sure.
Oct 31 equals Dec 25. Go on, punch it in. Or do you want me to do that for you too?
You sure getting bossy? I'm still gonna check this one. Fine.
Easy. We're done here.
We sure seem to be tearing through these puzzles, especially the last couple.
You mean I seem to be tearing through them?
Don't be so vain. You yourself admitted that the last few puzzles were computer science oriented, so one would expect you would be the best at solving them. We all have our areas of expertise. Yours just so happens to be the most relevant as of right now.
Right. We're all unique little snowflakes with our own set of skills. I'm sure you'll have your time to shine when we come across the knitting theme puzzle.
These last few puzzles sure went to Ray's head. Oh, have you already solved it? Yeah, we just solved this one. That was pretty fast. Nice work. Good. We ought to be nearing the end of this section of the exit corner soon. Had someone said something? Ink, almost positive that he had heard someone speak, looked around the room but was only met with confused stares. He shook his head. Any progress on your end? Pardon me? What kind of progress? That was more aimed at Liza. Did you end up asking your father about any of us? Don't get me wrong. Getting out of here alive is priority number 1, but figuring out why we're here and who's responsible is also very important. To me, at least. I think everyone's hungry for answers. Anyway, Liza, what did your father tell you? He said he hadn't actually been giving any lectures these last few years, so that it was unlikely he knew any students by name. Oh, damn. I wasn't finished. He said that despite that, he does know a Sean Ward. Apparently, he's pretty smart and does a lot of extracurricular work.
That's Sean, alright. He actually started attending BBU a year early. I'm pretty sure he's in one of the engineering programs.
I see. Anyway, he also said the name Ray Nandan sounds vaguely familiar, but that he doesn't know what these students have in common with each other.
Did you make sure to warn him?
Yeah, I've warned him. Don't worry.
Warn him? Of what? Right, you weren't there. Something might have happened to Sean. He told me that he was being followed, and now he's not getting back to me.
This is the first I've heard of this.
I told the others to measure their contacts, hoping they'd take the warning to heart. I would have told you, but...
I don't have my Gemini anymore.
That's my bad. I should have told you regardless. Don't worry about it, Beth. You might not even be related. Hell, I got the warning, but I didn't even end up relaying it to my contact.
You didn't tell her to watch her back?
I haven't told her anything. Like, at all.
Are you telling me that Tiana doesn't know that exit corners even exists?
Nope. And if she gets abducted too, don't care. Wait a minute. The realization hit Ray like a bolt of lightning. A surge of trepidation came over Ink. Say, Aether, can I ask you something? Aether shrunk under Ray's accusatory glare.
Yes?
How did you know my contact's name?
Didn't you tell us?
I didn't tell you a goddamn thing. Nothing to say, huh? The question now is, how did you know? Would you mind telling me that, Aether? Aether whined from behind her hands.
He'll be upset if I try to explain.
Of course I'm gonna be upset, but I'm still going to get the answer out of you, one way or another. So go on, I'm listening. Or maybe your boyfriend over here would care to explain instead. I don't remember telling her anything. Don't look at me. I didn't tell her anything. It was the truth. Ink hadn't the faintest idea of how Aether knew about Tiana, and getting caught in the crossfire was just about the last thing he wanted. You do have a pretty clueless look on your face. I'm trusting you on this. Now, Aether, tell me, if Ink wasn't the one to tell you, how did you know?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
How did you know, Aether? Tell me.
I want to do what you did.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I have an explanation. I do, I swear. But I only want to tell Ink. In private.
Like I'm gonna let you do that.
Then why don't you tell everyone what you told Ink in secret?
Ray scowled. Fine. Go tell him your little secret then.
Thank you, Ray.
Ink, there better be a good explanation at the heart of this. If there isn't, you'll let me know, right? Yeah, don't worry. Ray sighed, performed an about-face, and marched through the nearby door. Liza followed him, and Beth followed her. They each looked over their shoulders as they left. I wasn't lying to Ray, you know. I don't know how you could have known about Ray's contact. If you don't have a good explanation.
I understand.
I thought you might have been eavesdropping, but Beth and Liza had been with you the whole time. They'd have said something if you'd gone back to check up on Ray and me. So, Aether, I'm asking you, how did you know about Ray's contact? How did you know about Tiana?
You're not going to believe me.
So long as he swears the truth, I'll believe whatever explanation you have to offer.
Ink.
It's okay, Aether. I trust you.
I'll tell you then. I'll tell you everything.
And next one is the last chapter. Unless there's another one in this slot, which seems likely.